You may be familiar with our two labels, the Menace and the Perfectionist. They're right here. So we have the Perfectionist, named after myself, and Max as well, and the Menace, named after Tim and our younger son, Will. Now, Tim and I have a little bit of a competition every year or so and make just a small experimental batch of wine. We try and keep it in a bit of a theme. So you may recall in 2019 we made 100% whole bunch Merlot, which was the Menace, and 100% whole bunch Shiraz, which was the Perfectionist, which is this one here. And so in 2020 we actually made a Menace Pinot Shiraz blend, and so that got me thinking that I also needed to make a Pinot Shiraz in a different style to what Tim had made with his Pinot Shiraz. And so I did 100% whole bunch Pinot Shiraz blend, which we're about to bottle, called the Perfectionist. So we only had a really tiny quantity of this. It's right here in this barrel. This is the whole amount of the Perfectionist for 2021. It's about a 50-50 blend of Pinot and Shiraz, and it's 100% whole bunch, and it's co-fermented. So we put the Pinot and the Shiraz together and fermented them in the one fermenter. So let's have a taste. If I can get the bung out. So one barrel equates to about 22 dozen. So there's 225 litres in one of these barrels. This barrel size is called a barrique, so it's one of the smaller size barrels that we use in winemaking. And all these barrels that you can see behind me are also barriques. I like to use the smaller barrels. They're easier for me to handle, but I like the oak impact that they give as well. So this is a 3-year-old barrel, so not new oak in this one. Because it's 100% whole bunch fermented, you get a lot of those stalky tannins coming through, and we really wanted to highlight that and the fruit intensity, so we didn't want to put it in a new oak barrel, which could potentially sort of overpower that character, particularly when you only have one barrel, so you don't have any blending options. So with this, it smells really good. I haven't tried it for a little while. This is the first time tasting this for a couple of months. It's got really lovely sort of spicy, peppery notes on the nose coming through from the Shiraz, but overlying that's that really lovely sort of cherry Pinot fruit character. So 2021 was a fantastic vintage, really great fruit intensity in the 2021s and really lovely aromatics as well. So yeah, looking nice and fresh and quite vibrant actually. Forgot to bring a spoon, so I had to swallow it. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning, but on the palate, really lovely, really fine tannins, even though it's 100% whole bunch ferment. It's not overly stalky. It just really gives that mid-palate texture and with that tannin structure through the palate, and really great length as well. So it's a medium weight style. It's certainly not a fuller bodied wine, but lovely juicy acidity. A little bit of those sort of spicy raspberry Shiraz characters coming through, and that beautiful cherry character from the Pinot. So we find that this blend works really well. The 2020 Menace, which is this one here, Shiraz Pinot wasn't whole bunch fermented, and there were 2 wines made separately and blended together. This one is the co-ferment, which really I think helps meld the characters together, which is why it's called the Perfectionist. So really lovely drinking now, but you could cellar it for a little while as well. Have it with a charcuterie platter or something like that. It'd go really well with spicy salami. But yeah, 2 really interesting styles of Shiraz Pinot made in different ways. Cheers.